This is the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Dory Stewart.
Welcome back to another episode of the FXBG Neighbors Podcast, where we share the stories of our favorite local brands. I have a special guest joining me today. I'd like to introduce you to Malanna Henderson. She is the owner of a performing arts company called Somewhere in Time Productions. Malanna, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'm excited to learn more about you and about your business. So let's start there. Share with the listeners a little bit about Somewhere in Time Productions.
Well, it's a performing arts company, 501c3 and nonprofit. I incorporated it last year, and our mission is to produce original plays by local playwrights. So as a playwright myself, it was difficult to get anyone they read my plays. They said they liked them, but they only did revivals. So it was difficult for me to get my plays produced. I got one play produced here. It won first place in a play, one act festival with Stage Door Productions. And so I decided to start my own company. I said, I'm sure I'm not the only one in this position. And that's what I did.
I love that. I love that you took control and you decided, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to start something on my own. I love that. That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So tell me, and I also love that you keep it local and that you highlight local playwrights and provide opportunities for other locals. So that's you're a girl after my own heart because I'm all about all things local here in Fredericksburg. So I absolutely love that. And I understand that you have a play coming up. So tell us all about it.
Yes, it's called The History Lesson, and I was inspired to write it. I wrote a book several years ago, and I was inspired by one chapter in the book called Love Will Find a Way. And I'll just read a little synopsis here that I have on my flyer.
Okay.
Kidnapped into slavery, Frank Turner, Esquire, defies the law by teaching an enslaved woman to read while resisting the growing attraction between them. Will love triumph, or will the danger of discovery doom the promise of romance? Written by local playwright and founder of Somewhere in Time Productions, Malanna Henderson, The History Lesson brings a unique theater experience to Fredericksburg, inviting the audience onto the stage and transporting them to the 1860s, Richmond, Virginia, and into the cabins of Frank Turner and Hattie Rose in a 3/4 round viewing. This look into the interior lives of enslaved people, not just through the lens of their oppression and struggle, but through their love, intellect, and determination, gives us a refreshing and heartfelt look into our shared history and culture.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. That sounds very interesting. Tell us where is it going to be? How can you go see it? Tell us all the details.
All right, so it's going to be performed at John J. Wright Educational and Culture Center. That's 7565 Courthouse Road. And performance is November 8th and 9th, and then 15th and 16th. So Saturday performance is at 6:30, and Sunday performance is a matinee that starts at 3. So we're
Amazing.
very excited about it. And I've got tremendous actors. Ashley James, she was last seen at the Riverside Theater in To Kill a Mockingbird. And Gladys Perkins, she worked about 15 years with Kenmore. They do a lot of skits over there. And the other two actors, three rather, are new to me. But I've seen two in previous productions. And one fellow, William Wilson, he performed in Two Trains Running and Singing in the Rain with the director for our our show, Deborah Harris. We also have another director, Bree St. Aubin. She also is a set designer. And it was really amazing how she came in contact with us. She contacted me through Facebook when she was performing at what is the name of that theater? Stage Door Productions. She was in Wait Until Dark. And she contacted me and she said she wanted to be a stage manager. So I said, oh, well. So Debbie and I went to see her perform, and she was excellent. And then she joined us the following Monday. So very
Amazing.
exciting.
You've gathered some great talent for this. It's impressive.
Yes, yes. And
How do how do you get tickets? Do you have to get tickets in advance, or can you just arrive?
well,
Tell
we
us
do
about that.
prefer it.
Hmm.
Yeah, tickets. On the flyer, there's a QR code, but you can also visit our website, which is somewhereintimeproductions.org. Uh, and you can contact us by email, somewhere in time productions 21 at Gmail. So we're always looking for playwrights. So a
Mm.
shout out to anyone out there who is writing a play or finished a play and it's just sitting in their drawer. I know a lady who told me she had 3 plays in the garage, musicals no less. So waiting to
Amazing.
hear. Yes.
Amazing. This is such a great opportunity that you are providing to the locals here. So it's really impressive what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah. I enjoy
So tell
helping
me a
people.
little bit. Yeah, I can tell. I can feel that. And tell me about your background. I want to learn more about you. How did you get into this?
Well, when I moved to New York, I always enjoyed writing. So I wrote this little short story, and I read somewhere that Tennessee Williams wrote a short story that turned into Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. And so I said, oh, no, it was A Streetcar Named Desire. That's what it was. So I had this short story, and there was this library that had a writing contest in the categories of poetry, fiction, and playwriting. And I said, well, I'm going to try to turn this short story into a play. I did that, submitted it, and I won first place for the unpublished play category. So I was very excited. I said, well, maybe I should, delve into this a little further. So I registered at CUNY. I have a master's in creative writing, concentration of playwriting, and exciting to do that. So, and when I came here to Fredericksburg, I did a Black History program at my church. And then the following year, a person from the Friends of the Wilderness Battlefield contacted me to do a series of plays, vignettes really, for Black History Month. And it was 3 different churches. So the patrons would go to all 3 churches to see all of the stories. So there were 3 stories. The next year, 2019, we did 4. Concentrate on the military service. I did one on the Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War One, and World War Two. And we found a man who had been in World War Two. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I built a play around him. So that was interesting. And then
Yeah.
the next year we want to do a Women's History Month. I did
Hmm.
3 plays for that, little short plays. One was about the suffrage movement in Richmond, Virginia.
Hmm.
Kate Waller Barrett was in it, Janetta Fitzhugh,
Yeah.
real people that lived, in Fredericksburg or Virginia.
Yeah.
I did another one called Love on Trial about Mildred and Richard Loving, the case that ended segregation in marriage.
Mm.
And then the other one was called Going Home, about a young lady who dressed as a man and she fought in the Civil War, was
Wow.
wounded at the Wilderness, battlefield. So that
Amazing.
didn't get a
Amazing.
chance to put those on because COVID stopped everything.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, but
What
I. Mhm.
fun. And it's so interesting, to be able to share other stories. in a creative way. I imagine you just get so much satisfaction out of that.
I do. And I feel that I'm teaching people also about
Hmm.
characters, important characters in the past, certain
Yeah.
things like, women's right to vote and all that. So that play is how it started. People with different movements,
Hmm.
um, all across the United States. There were suffragists, you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
fighting for the right to vote.
Yeah. I love it. You get to bring history alive. I love
Yeah,
it.
yes,
Hmm.
I do.
Hmm. Hmm. Very cool. So, what is something that you wish the listeners knew about your upcoming play?
Oh, I want them to come see it. So we have local actors in it.
Hmm.
The set is really interesting. Bree has created this slave cabin made of wood and everything. It's really interesting. Even the problems we have with production are interesting. You have a situation, you don't know how to solve it. You talk to your colleagues, and
Hmm.
one will say, "Oh, I found this for free," or "I borrowed this from a friend," or something. So each one is kind of like an adventure. The first two plays we put on or like the premiere of Somewhere in Time Productions. Young lady, Kara Haddon, she recently graduated from George Mason University. She had two comedies, and so we put those on at St. George's Church. Two of our actors, there were three parts, two short plays, so we had the same actors in both plays. We had two very well-known actors, and the same week they left. And I said, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?"
Oh,
It's almost
uh-huh.
like a romance. You have the dark moment when everything seemed like it's
Yes.
going to fall apart.
Hmm.
And so that weekend, I had a Riverside writers meeting,
Hmm.
vice president of that. And so I said, the first two young, attractive men that walked through the door, I'm going to ask them if they would be in the play. And so we had a break, and I went over and asked these two guys that came together. And I said, "Would you audition?" And they said yes. They both said yes. And I was like, wow. So we lost two on Wednesday and got two more. Now, these young men had never acted before. One said he was always
Wow.
interested, but he never did
Yeah.
anything about it. But they were very good, one especially. So they did really
Hmm.
well. Very happy
Wow.
about that. Yes.
I love that. I love how you approach a problem and call it an adventure.
Yes.
I
It
love
is.
that.
It really is.
You clearly really enjoy the process.
I do. I do.
Hmm.
I enjoy
Hmm.
it so much. I love writing. I did some acting a little bit. I did some directing, not that much interest in directing, but
Hmm.
I love seeing the work develop. It's very
Hmm.
interesting to see an actor who doesn't know the lines, doesn't know too much about the character, and the more they rehearse, you see the character really blossoming,
Hmm.
maturing, from a stranger, I guess, to the actor, becoming someone that they they could that they pretend to be, whatever you want to say. That they
Yeah.
become that character. So
Hmm.
that's an interesting process.
Yeah. Yeah. What fun. What fun. Awesome. Well, Malanna, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. Is there anything else you'd like the listeners to know?
Just come see the play.
Awesome. I will
Yeah.
put in the show notes all the details on how to get tickets and the
Okay.
location and your contact information. And I hope everyone goes and watches the play. I'm excited to see it and hear all about the praise.
Yes, so am I. Can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to fxbgneighborspodcast.com.